What's up?
What's up guys, welcome to another video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about Fujin's first variation and his third variation, because I did a video covering his second one, which the second one's really good. So this one's going to be seeing how good the first and the third one actually is. Now I'm going to be honest, I just recorded this whole video and I accidentally deleted the clip I just recorded, so I'm kind of irritated right now, but I'm going to try to get this right this time and not delete everything. So let's hope that happens and let's get into the video. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the special moves that the first variation has. So the first variation, like the second one, has his little gun. Now the cool thing about his second variation, he has the little needle star thing, which he can use that as a restand. So in this variation, he's supposed to use the gun as a restand. Now that is pretty decent. Like if you do something like this, it's supposed to restand, right? But you see on small hitbox characters like Cassie or any other person that has like a little small female hitbox, that crap's not gonna work. So that is really unfortunate, and he loses out on restands in this variation. Like if he wanted to, he could end combos with this as a restand, but you see he's only +4, and if you were to end the combo with the gun, he'd be much more plus, like at +10, +11, depending on the spacing. So it does hurt his restand potential, so he has less things he can do. And then he has the ability in this variation to amplify his tornado, which I mean you can still get combos like this with just a regular tornado. You don't really have to amplify it to get combos. It's just now since you're able to amplify it, you're able to do like better combos. So that's pretty decent, but really it's not that big a deal. He still also has really good combos in his second variation. It's just the second variation, he has to spend a defensive bar, which does kind of suck, and it is a little bit harder to do, but overall he still gets his cool combos in every variation. So him having that here really isn't a big deal. Now the only good thing is he's able to like switch sides with it like more consistently if he wants to, but aside from that, it doesn't really do much for him. And then he's able to do an air tornado in this variation. Now maybe that's pretty good if he gets like an air to air, he can do like an air combo like that. That could be pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But aside from that, it's not really that special, doesn't really break a variation. Like he has a lot of air moves, like he also has like the air wind kicks as well, which can be used as the same thing, like an air to air type combo. I mean that stuff is decent, but you're not really gonna get air to air combos all that much with this character unless you're like looking for the opponent to jump and you want to specifically anti-air them with a combo like that. And speaking of wind kicks, you know, he has his regular wind kicks, his standard move. Now it is an armor breaker, which is decent, but the thing is, this armor breaker isn't really even that good. Like some armor breakers like restart the combo, reset scaling, some actually get you in a crushing blow, but this one doesn't do none of that. No crushing blow, no restarting the combo. It just guarantees your damage, so it's kind of meh, not a big deal. At least it's something, but it's not that good. And the last one he gets in this variation is his Divine Wind. Now this is pretty cool, so he can cancel any string into this, and it's like an automatic short hop. So he can do like any of his short hop attacks, and of course he can cancel it. So it does cause some mix-ups, and it is pretty cool. So like any string that he has that ends in a low, particularly this one, has 2 lows in it. He can always cancel to his little short hop thing and go for an overhead for a little bit of a mix, which is pretty much almost guaranteed to hit because no one's really gonna expect it. Well, until you hit them a few times, then they'll expect it. But point is, it's actually a pretty good mix. Now, I used to have an infinite using this move, but luckily they patched it. But either way, it's still a pretty decent move. It has its mix-ups to it. I think that's honestly the strongest part about this variation, because every variation has a way to get combos. So that means his amplified tornado is not really a big deal. Now granted, in this variation, he needs it to actually get any kind of real good combos, but overall, not a big deal. He just has combos, whatever. It should not be a privilege to have combos. Air wind kicks, whatever, not a big deal. Wind kicks being an armor breaker, not really that good anyway. So honestly, nothing in this variation besides this move really stands out. And the thing is, this variation does not have safety, because a lot of Fujin's things aren't really that safe. He needs some kind of special move to really make him like 100% safe. Like for example, this stagger by itself is unsafe, and if he goes into the full string, this has a flawless block gap in it, which makes him able to be punished. Now normally, like in the second variation, he's able to keep himself safe against most characters when he uses his like little needle move, because it pushes the opponent really far back and not a lot of characters can punish it. So what is he able to do in this variation? He can do a tornado, which is kind of whatever. He can shoot his gun, which again, you can just duck the gun and punish. He can shoot the gun diagonally, but that's still not really that good. He's still minus 20. And if characters have like a, like Sub-Zero slide or whatever, he can get punished. And he freaking spends a bar to do that. And the only way for him to make himself completely safe, he literally has to spend 2 bars on like a down and a front one just to try to mess with the opponent trying to punish him. But again, that spends 2 bars. He just doesn't have safety in his variation, which is kind of unfortunate. And honestly, he can't even combo off the string anyway, because check this out, right? If you do the full string and try to do the tornado, you're not gonna get a combo. He's just way too far away. So there's really no reason to use this string. Like, the only way you're gonna get a combo is if you combo this from the first 2 hits. And if you're just trying to hit confirm that and just stagger this, you're punishable. That's minus 14 on block. So this is an unsafe stagger. Now, the stagger becomes safe if you're worried about the follow-up. But the thing is, if you're good at punishing all of Fujin's options after the follow-up of the string, then he's gonna be scared to do it, then he's more likely to stagger this. And if he staggers that consistently, you know it's a free combo for you every single time. And you can think of it this way: if Fujin decides to go for this string, right? And if you think he's gonna stagger it, you can always just go for a combo. But let's say he does not stagger it and then he goes to the full string. What are you scared of? The last 2 hits hitting you? First of all, you can't hit confirm 1 hit. Like, if you block the first 2 and the last part of the string hits you, you're not gonna hit confirm that anyway. But even if you could hit confirm that, as I showed you, the tornado completely whiffs if you do the full string. So you have nothing to be scared of. The only way they're gonna punish you heavily if you try to punish his stagger is if he does something like this. Which, if he does that, he's a crazy maniac, suicidal MFer. So yeah, no, Fujin does not have a safe way to actually go into his pressure off this string. He has other strings he's able to use, but still this variation is very lackluster. So anyway, let's move on to his 3rd variation. Alright, so for his 3rd variation. So his 3rd variation, I think, actually has the potential to be pretty good. His 1st variation, it's not that good. It's no way it's better than the 2nd one. But his 3rd variation might just be. And it really doesn't have all that many special moves. But the special moves it has are really freaking amazing. So this one it has, first of all, is Wind Push. Now, Wind Push, this gives him safety off all his strings. So if he does something like this, he is always safe. Look at that, I'm minus 2. Minus 2 from this spacing, you're basically resetting neutral. And just to show you, there is no gap in this. So that means they have to hold that. So if any string he does, he can go for a hit confirm for a combo. And if he sees it does not hit, he can always go for that to make himself safe. So that's pretty good. But one thing to note though, it does not do damage unless you amplify. So just to show you, see? No damage at all. But if you amplify, then it does a little bit of damage. So that is kind of unfortunate, but it's more used as like a safety tool. Because if you think about it though, if this actually did damage, this move would be kind of broken. Because it comes out in 16 frames. But the thing is, even though it comes out 16 frames, not that fast, even though it is fast, very difficult to react to, and it hits instantaneously. There's like no travel time. It goes exactly where you want it to go. So that's pretty freaking strong. So it does make sense that it doesn't do damage unless you amplify it, but it does have a crushing blow attached to it. Now, when I first read this crushing blow, I wasn't sure what it meant, but I did some experimentation and I figured out what it meant. So it basically says it triggers after connecting each distance of wind push sequentially. So this is basically what it means. So you have like a close one, a far one, a mid one, whatever. So you have to hit them in order. So basically, to get it to work, for example, you have to hit the close one, the mid one, and then at that point the crushing blow is loaded, but only if you do the far one. So it will look like this. So you have to hit it like in order. So like the third one in the order of whatever direction you were going, that's the one that's gonna crushing blow. So it also works like this. So let's say you hit like the mid one, then the far one, then if you're going in order, since you're going mid, far, then it's gonna reset back to close. So if you do something up close, you can get a combo off this and get the crushing blow. And it also works coming backwards, right? So you go from the far one, you go from the mid one, and now the next one is gonna be the close one. So that's pretty cool, but you don't even have to save it like that, for example. So let's say you do this, right? You do the close one, then the mid one, and then the next one will be a crushing blow, will be the far one. But let's say now you hit the far one, and you didn't spend any of the meter to make it a crushing blow. So in order for you to get the crushing blow now, it resets to the close one because you did, close, mid, far, then it goes back to close. So like even then, let's say now I hit the close one. So the next one that's going to be a crushing blow is going to be the mid one. So basically, as long as you follow the order of how the wind hits based on however you started, whether it's going from, the far to the close or from close to far, you will have a crushing blow loaded, so you can get pretty good damage, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so the next move he gets is actually pretty cool. It's this air slam thing. So basically, anytime you jump, you can get a full combo with this. So he can do it, close, mid, far, very far, whatever. So you see, normally he just gets a little hit out of the air. That's pretty cool. If he amplifies it, he can get a full combo. Now it's a little bit hard to time and stuff, but you can still get a full combo off this. If it just lands by itself, it does 175 damage. So that's pretty decent. But off this, you're actually able to get this crushing blow, which normally is kind of hard to get. Or you can just do a regular combo as well. And the cool part is, they don't even have to jump for you to get that combo. You can get that combo off this hit confirm, which is actually pretty freaking cool. So he does have damage in this variation. He just has to use this string to get it, which honestly is not all that bad. I mean, this is a 10 frame string. I mean, it is a high attack at the start, but it's not that bad. If you stagger this, you're -6, not too bad. And like I said before in my previous video on Fujin, he has the whole mix-up if he's gonna stagger it, go into the flawless blockable gap thing or whatever. So it's actually a pretty decent string to stagger. And either way, he has this win thing. So he can go for his combo, he sees you block, then he's like, oh, okay, let me just make myself safe with this. You're -3, pretty decent spacing, basically neutral's already been reset. And then of course he has his air kicks, which is decent. I mean, it's not that good of an armor breaker like I already said before. So I can definitely see this variation being very good. He has good combos, good anti-air potential, zoning, not really that much zoning because his main projectile doesn't really do damage unless he enhances it. But he has like some keep away if he needs it. Like if he has a life lead, he can definitely keep you away really nicely. You really can't jump because he'll just destroy you for jumping. So you have to like work your way in little by little as he's like pushing you with his air things. And honestly, if he does one string, like if he just catches you in this, you're so far away and there's no gap and you have to work your way back in. And meter comes back fast in this game, so that's very strong that he has that. And that's the cool thing about this variation. He has damage, he has safe hit confirms, and he has safety. Safety is so key, because even in his second variation, he has safety against most of the cast, but some characters like Liu Kang and Sub-Zero can option select all his options and always get a punish. So I see a lot of potential in this variation. Now I don't know if it's better than the second one. The second one's also really strong, has a lot of strong attributes about it, but this variation is also very good. Now I still think the second one's probably better, is more solid overall, but I can see some uses in this variation, and it probably is better in certain matchups. But yeah, the first variation though, no real point in using it. It has a little bit more damage than the other variations, but honestly not by much, not worth using in my opinion. So anyway guys, that's about it for the video today. If you guys enjoyed, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time.